Welcome to Sports, Wheels, and Reels with Jeff Miller and Austin Horton. One show, two guys, three topics, unlimited possibilities. Presented by Mark Miller Subaru. Engage with us on social media or email us at podcast@mmsubaru.com. And now, welcome your hosts, Jeff Miller and Austin Horton.
Episode 18 of Sports, Wheels, and Reels. I am Austin. She is Jeff Miller.
Happy to be here.
Megan Stenquist. Who is she? Why is she here? What does she do? We'll tell you all of that coming up on today's episode. Thanks for doing it, though.
Yeah, happy to be here. With all the notice I had and everything, stoked.
We didn't have to pay her much to get her up here from Southtown today.
Well, gas money, take that. But.
Who wouldn't right now? All right, coming up on today's show in sports, Jazz searching for a new coach and trade rumors are flying. In Wheels, the 2023 Crosstrack, the details are out, including prices. And what that special edition is going to be about. Megan's also going to tell us a little about what she does here at Mark Miller Subaru. And in Reels, what do dinosaurs, Golden Girls, and Westerns have in common? The Reels segment this week.
All right.
Episode 18 coming up next.
Teaser.
I'm Spencer Kofed, and my Subaru is Extreme Adventure. Outback's really great for my lifestyle. It has just enough space for all my gear, but it's not crazy big of a footprint. If any of my friends were looking to buy a Subaru, I'd recommend Mark Miller Subaru, so you never feel like they're hiding stuff from you. Whether it's skiing, skydiving, mountain bikes, surfing, my Subaru gets me out on my adventures. Subaru is a brand I trust, and Mark Miller Subaru is the Utah retailer that I love.
All right, before we dive into sports, Megan, let's introduce you to the folks out there.
Yeah.
You are culture director.
I sure am.
Meaning what?
Yeah, it's essentially HR, a little bit fancier title, a little bit more fun. Just, I do all the standard HR stuff and hiring and new employee orientations and all that fun stuff. But I got to do parties and giveaways and challenges, activities. We work with our wellness team really closely. So just try to keep good vibes. Keep our employees happy.
The good vibe captain.
Yeah.
Megan is HR, but she's not HR. Is that?
Yeah, I'm like cool HR.
That's right.
As COVID director last year, that was the official title.
Coming back a little.
Yeah, sure is.
In fact, we had a discussion earlier today about that. But you do a great job.
Thank you.
You are glue to this factory. Not that you're at a glue factory. But
yeah, no, I'll take it.
Yeah,
it sounds good.
You and Heather do so much good for this company.
Well, we make a good team. Yeah, we make a really good team.
How long have you? You didn't start when I first met you. You weren't at this position.
No, we did meet a little bit before you worked here. So I started on the marketing team, and that was kind of the only reason that drew me to a car dealership. Okay. I'm not a car person, but if I had to choose, it would be a Subaru.
Of course,
obviously. But yeah, I knew how much Mark Miller Subaru did in the community, and I'd come from the nonprofit world, and that's what sold me.
And how long ago was that?
So I was in marketing for 2 years, and I've been the culture director for 3. So just celebrated my 5 years.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, wow. I thought it was like going on almost 10.
No, Heather just had her 10 years.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, when I was in the radio world, had occasion to run across Megan from time to time on remote broadcasts. So.
Yep.
And now I have to obey her every command.
Oh, yeah, I'm in charge.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's talk some sports. Your favorite.
My favorite.
Megan is the all-knowing.
Sports.
What is your favorite? So we have the summer games coming up, and you're like organizing all of that.
Salt Lake Corporate Summer Games, here we come.
Which I know nothing about. I'm a newbie. I just signed up for stuff.
What did you sign up for? I don't remember.
I think 3-on-3 basketball.
That's right. Yep.
Volleyball. I was interested in golf, but it got a little not okay.
Yeah,
I think something happened there, didn't it?
No, you're good.
Oh, we're still doing golf?
golf.
Okay. I thought it got moved.
There's an upcharge on the golf. That's the only
That's
thing. The
what it
rest
was,
are
yeah.
included. So if you want to pay, you can play.
There was no ice
But
hockey.
nothing else. No ice hockey.
So, yeah. So I did basketball, volleyball, and I think I said I'll do
Did you
whatever
do
else I
kickball?
need. Maybe.
Hopefully.
The whole sales floor up there is into kickball, man. And
we're on a team. We played last night.
Ashley, are you involved? No? Oh, my gosh. Everyone but me, I think.
We're in playoffs. We beat the game.
Playoffs.
Last night we won. It was a close game, but we got it in the end. And we play doubleheader next week. We'll take it.
There was a unnamed salesperson up there that struck out last week, and everyone was giving him or her a bad time about it. They weren't happy.
That seems to happen.
But good, because they missed the Top Gun movie night for the kickball game.
We did.
So good. I'm glad that
he or she
that rhymes with Ranthony Renson struck out. So in kickball. But yeah, I haven't heard this much about kickball since like fourth grade.
We take it pretty seriously.
Yeah.
And Ranthony Schwenchen, sacrifices his body for the team. So yes. Yeah, he goes all out.
My goal is to mention Anthony every episode of this.
Has that happened so far?
It has. I don't think I've missed. Yeah.
Good.
He runs his mouth so much that he's just on my brain all the time.
Yeah, you can't help it.
All right, let's talk about the Jazz. Are you a fan of the Jazz?
I love the Jazz.
Okay.
Love the Jazz.
Do you feel scared about the future?
A little bit.
Sure.
A little bit. I do.
So Quinn Snyder's out. We talked a lot about that last week, and now there's an extensive list. And I just wanted to let the people hear all these names that have been named publicly. There's probably more behind the scenes that we don't know about. But Johnny Bryant used to be a coach of the Jazz, assistant coach on the Jazz, now with the Knicks. He and Donovan Mitchell are buddy-buddy.
Okay.
So there's obvious interest there.
Okay.
Will Hardy, an assistant coach for the Celtics. He and Danny Ainge hired him. Joe Mazzulla, assistant coach of the Celtics. Again, the Danny Ainge connection. Charles Lee with the Bucks. Alex Jensen, assistant head coach of the Utah Jazz right now. Terry Stotts, little old school, former Blazers, Bucks and Hawks coach. My favorite, but I don't know that it's going to be a good first-time stop for him, is Lamar Skeeter. He started doing, organizing video for the Jazz a few years ago and has just climbed his way up. He's a really good dude.
Interesting.
And really bright mind. Frank Vogel, Chris Quinn, Adrian Griffin, Kevin Young, and the latest, Jason the Jet Terry, who's been coaching in the G League at Grand Rapids Gold. Of course, former shooting guard of the Dallas Mavericks. That's a long list.
That is a long list.
And I don't envy the job that is at hand to find the next coach. Because usually what happens...
How do you decide?
You flip a coin?
I mean,
I don't know, man.
That worked for us.
But usually what happens is you have a bad coach followed by a great coach, then another bad coach followed by another great coach. And all due respect to Ty Corbin, Sloan was the great coach, Ty Corbin was not. Quinn Snyder was a great coach. This next person, the pattern is they won't last very long, but we wish them the best.
So we just get it out of the way and just choose
I guess.
who we think.
I'm available.
Yeah. Austin's got it.
I can do it in my part-time. I'm full-time here. I'll give you a few hours a week, though.
Great.
Tony Jones of The Athletic said the Jazz need to hire someone who can tell Donovan Mitchell no. And I think that's absolutely true. Donovan Mitchell is a great player, a good person, but his ego has exploded of late, and it hasn't really matched his play. One source, I think I shared this on last week's show, told me that Donovan Mitchell right now is not as good of a player as he thinks he is, but he could be if he would just trust everyone. So there's a little bit of a mess going on.
Interesting.
That being said, there's also trade rumors, Megan, this week about Rudy Gobert. And it's more and more looking like the Jazz are going to probably entertain moving Rudy Gobert. Danny Ainge told the Utah Jazz broadcast team a couple days ago that they will absolutely unequivocally not be trading Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
That probably means they're entertaining these offers. And one of them out there is the Chicago Bulls have interest in Rudy Gobert. It would likely have to include Nikola Vucevic, the center that can shoot lights out from three. And the Jazz had interest in him when he was a free agent a few years ago before he re-signed with the Magic. Patrick Williams and the 18th overall pick. Vucevic contract and Gobert's contract are close enough that the money would work. I don't know. I love Rudy Gobert. I think that he is one of the best people that I ever had the pleasure of knowing in my last career, let alone he's a phenomenal basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's been time enough that we need to see either he or Donovan and not together
I have
anymore.
to switch it up.
Yeah.
As much as I love them both.
Too bad.
I have to switch it up.
All right, so that's it for sports. Coming up next, wheels. We have so much excitement for the 2023 Crosstrek, and now we can match that excitement with some details, pricing, special edition details, and more. Also, a very special opportunity next week with Granite School District we need to talk about.
Yes.
Get to that and more next.
My name is Sierra Hudson. My Subaru is safety for my family. So this past winter, we hit a black ice and we just started to slide. And it was just one of those moments where you truly feel helpless. I know it's a car, but it means so much more to us and our family. Subaru is one of the safest brands, and I've personally lived that. Subaru is a brand you can trust, and Mark Miller Subaru is the local Utah retailer that you will love.
Stenquist, Megan, the culture director here, filling in for Jeff Miller, George Roska, and Josh Goldsmith.
We don't need any of them. I've
No.
got it covered.
No.
You and me, we're set.
And honestly, of the 3-4 people I talked to up in sales, all of them were like, "Is Megan here? Ask Megan." I was like, "She's not here." And Ashley's like, "We'll fix that. We'll get Megan up here." And so here you are.
15 minutes later, I'm here.
That's right.
I'm here, ready to go.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about, now this is really exciting for me as a product specialist up on the sales floor, but it should be for everybody. The 2023 Crosstrek. The orders were open for a few days last week. They've closed temporarily again while Subaru kind of works out some bugs on that order system. But then they're going to explode open again. And the details now are out, including pricing. And there's going to be a special edition Crosstrek.
Ooh, another wilderness?
Nope.
Oh, no.
That was the long storied rumor that there was going to be a wilderness edition Crosstrek. It's like a wilderness, it's like a Crosstrek with wilderness makeup, but it's not a wilderness.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's going to be, it's just the Crosstrek special edition. It's more or less a premium with a wilderness look to it. It's going to be desert khaki exterior color, blacked out wheels.
Is that like the cool gray khaki?
No.
That same like tan color?
Yeah.
Weird name, cool gray khaki. Oh, no, that's the like
So
Harry
cool gray
Winkle
khaki is
color.
like a blue.
The blue. Just the tan color from a couple years ago.
Yeah, so like 5 years ago they had this color.
I don't remember the name of that color.
It was desert khaki.
It was desert khaki? I love that color.
And people loved
yes.
it, and Subaru went away from it, and they realized that was a mistake.
It was a mistake. It's a good color.
So the special edition is coming back with the desert khaki as the color. You'll also still have the base, the premium, the sport, and the limited. Elsewhere, you'll have the hybrid, but right now here in Utah, we can't get that, unfortunately. But you can get on a pre-order list for that if you're interested, which with gas prices the way they are, you probably should be interested.
I think we're all interested.
The prices, the base will start, oh, by the way, the special edition is priced at $26,745. We will be giving you a Mark Miller Subaru discount on top of that, so stay tuned for that. But also the base will start at $24,800. All the way up to the limited at $33,100. So very affordable for a very nice car. I drive a Crosstrek Sport, and it's my favorite car I've ever owned.
Is
I love that thing.
I just had a Crosstrek Sport.
You did?
Loved it.
What color was yours?
White.
Okay.
I loved it, but I'm an Outback person.
Oh, yeah?
I did switch back to an Outback.
Yeah. Do you have pets and stuff?
I do have pets and
Okay.
stuff.
And stuff.
That just it's their car.
My wife and I have been, if we didn't live so far away, I would have an Outback Onyx tomorrow. because I think they're amazing.
They're amazing.
But the Crosstrek gas mileage just gets me here and back better.
Yep.
When you're driving 70 plus miles a day.
Is that?
Yeah. I'm almost 40 miles away. But hey, I like it.
You got the Crosstrek. You're fine.
All right. It is June is Subaru Loves to Care month.
Sure is.
Last week we talked about our little station upstairs with the leukemia and lymphoma. You can still come in and write a card to those children that are fighting leukemia and lymphoma.
Yep.
We'll be delivering blankets and art kits. Very excited. What else could you tell people about that?
It's an amazing experience. We've done this the past couple of years with Subaru of America, and being able to go to the hospital and deliver those blankets and those messages of hope to those children, it's an incredible experience. It really is. So, yeah, I encourage everyone to stop by and write a note because it means so much.
Yeah.
It means so much to those kids.
And we have some stuff on the table. If you write a note, you can grab a mask and head on your way. But, yeah, we won't haggle. We won't bother you to come buy something if you come in. If you come in and say, I'm here to write a note for the leukemia kids, then yeah, we'll just say, hey, right over
Please
here.
do.
Yeah, be fun.
They're so strong.
But also on the 16th, you can get details on this at granitekids.org. They're looking for volunteers to fill back to school backpacks.
Yeah.
And Granite School District traditionally has a lot of kids that are under the quote unquote poverty line, and they need the help and they need these supplies that otherwise they wouldn't have. And so for a few hours, I think it's Thursday from 2 to 4, location is 3099 South, 1030 West in West Valley. You can sign up at granitekids.org. Get on over there, volunteer for a couple hours, and stuff some backpacks.
I'll be there.
Will you?
I'll be there. I'm signed up.
So Thursday is my day off.
Okay.
If I can bring my 3-year-old and my 7-month-old, we'll be there. We'll see if what we can
Strap
work out.
them on somehow.
Yeah.
Put it in
The
backpack.
3-year-old will be helpful.
Yeah, okay.
The 7-month-old will not.
No.
He'll be cute. But not
That counts
so
for
helpful,
something.
yeah. All right, that's it for Wheels this week. Coming up next, Megan's favorite pastime, movies.
Movies. All the movies.
So much so that she's not seen a movie in almost a year.
Whatever. I saw one, I told you a couple weeks ago.
One that doesn't really count.
Okay. It did kind of suck.
Talk about all that. But honestly, dinosaurs, Golden Girls, Westerns. It's all up next. A jam-packed Reels segment coming your way.
My name's Jamie Estry, and my Subaru is Freedom. I've had so many animals over the years. One of the things that I love about Mark Miller Subaru is they're the largest animal welfare supporter in the Salt Lake Valley. You may not even realize it, but they're probably supporting a nonprofit that you love in the community. And my wife and I, our daughter Harper, and our dogs, we're just so happy that we picked Mark Miller Subaru. Subaru is a brand that I trust, and Mark Miller Subaru is the local retailer that I love.
Final segment this week, episode 18. We are 18? No, 19. What are we on? 18. Episode 18. I'm jumping the gun there. Halfway to 36, which means we're halfway done.
Are you just counting down the
sick of
weeks?
that joke. I said that the other day. Someone was like,
What?
why 34? I was like, that's what Jeff wanted to do. I don't know what to tell you. So.
That's what it is.
No, we're here forever. You can never get rid of us.
Nope.
There is a general rule of thumb in podcast land. The 100 episodes is where you start to really take off on the downloads and listens. By the way, thank you for listening. If you would, please give us a review. Then we'll start showing up in people's algorithms and suggestions to listen. But 100 is usually the rule. When we do this once a week, that's going to be a couple years before people notice. So we'll just say what we want until then, and no one will hear it. But except my mom. Hi, Mom. Love you. I don't even think she listens, honestly. All right, let's talk some movies. Reels. Jurassic World Dominion opened last night. Well, really, it's opening today, but a lot of sneak previews last night. And I shared last week, Megan, that I've long been over the Jurassic World thing. The first one was groundbreaking in the 90s. Yeah. If you haven't seen... There's a show on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us.
Okay. I've heard about it.
Have you?
Yeah.
And it's all about these iconic movies and how they were made. And there's one about Jurassic Park that will change the way you think about movies and how they're made, because they changed the whole world. This was never done before.
No.
These were these giant robots and that look like
Very
dinosaurs.
impressive.
you know.
Yeah.
But
But it's been going on.
it's been
I saw the trailer for it.
Okay.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it looks good, but I'm also like,
a little
okay,
over it.
here we go.
Yeah.
Another one.
See, and
I don't know.
See, I'm that way with Marvel. I'm out. I can't do
You're-
Marvel anymore.
I've never been super into
Yeah.
Marvel. I'll watch one here and there, but there's so many.
There's like 6.
There's so many. Why is there so many?
But I'm a hypocrite because I'll watch anything that's Star Wars that comes out, and there's way too many of those already, and they're never going to end. But Jurassic Park, I was like you. I was like, okay, nah, I won't be seeing this. Then we went to that Top Gun Maverick movie night,
Oh yeah,
and they showed the extended preview, and it looks fantastic.
it looks really good.
So I will be seeing that. I'm trying to convince the powers that be, aka my wife, to let me take our 3-year-old. I know it will be a little scary at
Good
times,
for
but she
them.
loves dinosaurs.
You can't shelter your kid.
No, we're not. She's not sheltered, but she does get a little in her head
Does she?
about stuff.
Might have some nightmares.
But like all week, she's her favorite thing to do right now is be a dinosaur hunter. And she'll go around the house and like put her footprint in the carpet, and then come and grab us and be like, "I found a dinosaur footprint."
Oh my gosh.
She calls them footprints.
That is adorable.
Right. So I'm like, let's
That's
get her up to the
adorable.
dinosaur show. But then therapy for years to come may not be what I want to do.
Side note, I thought there's a dinosaur exhibit coming to Discovery Gateway Children's Museum. I think. Don't quote me on that. But
What?
there might be some more footprints there.
Footprints.
That's so cute.
Discovery
So
Gateway.
cute.
We love Discovery Gateway.
Yeah, we do.
The little ascent that they've got in there is pretty cool. Yeah.
It's so cool.
And by the way, we need kids to be technicians when they grow up so badly.
I need to be able to hire technicians.
We're always looking
So-
for technicians.
Go check out the exhibit.
All right, Forever Gold. Are you a Golden Girls fan? Did you ever watch the Golden Girls?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, me too. I haven't
No?
really.
You
My
don't have the
wife-
shirt
my
on
wife.
underneath.
My mom, my mother, not my wife, she was really into it. So
A
she'd
big
watch
fan.
it and I'd catch it here and there. I had a friend, you know who Bill Engvall is, the comedian, the Here's Your Sign guy?
Yeah.
So he and I used to do a podcast together. He lives up in Utah by Glen Eagle.
Okay.
And he was on a couple episodes of Golden Girls. And that's really,
What?
and the lady that played Rose, she played the grandma of Corey and Eric Matthews on Boy Meets World, which is the gospel
Oh.
according to Austin Horton.
Yeah.
But that's really all I
That's
pretty
the
much know.
extent. Okay.
But I know there's a big following. And on the 14th, so next Thursday, 3 different Cinemarks here in town, the Sugar House, the Sandy Union Heights, and the Jordan Landing locations, they are showing Forever Golden, a celebration of the Golden Girls. Because I think it's their 30th year anniversary or something weird like that. And so this person has compiled all the best moments of the Golden Girls into this movie, like made it into a movie
Aw.
documentary type thing. So if you're into the Golden Girls, Forever Golden next
That's like
Thursday.
right up your alley.
Oh yeah, I've got
Your
a
mom
shirt.
gonna be there?
Oh yeah,
She'll be
for
there.
sure. We're camping
Okay,
out
good.
Wednesday night. Yep. No. All right. And lastly, you know the show Yellowstone,
Yes.
made and shot in here in Utah
Yeah.
for a long time.
I'm not totally caught up. It's a good show.
Yeah, I watched the whole first season. Then I watched half of the second season and went, I've got too much drama in my real life. I need something to laugh at. So I kind of fell off. But so did the state legislature. They lost the show to Montana and New Mexico because of the tax rebate incentive. So the state of Utah has where they get these people to make their movies or TV shows here because they get $1.50 back for every dollar they spend in the state of Utah. But there's a cap to it.
Okay.
And that cap is way lower than Georgia, Montana, New Mexico. So all these people are pulling up stake and going there.
Wow.
Well, Kevin Costner, star of Yellowstone, Taylor Sheridan, writer of Yellowstone, they are among a group of 13 new movies and shows that were just approved by Governor Cox's office to be made in rural, it's the hardest word for me to say, rural
Carl.
Utah.
Sounded great.
Thank you. And this is great news because the governor and the state legislature decided to remove, there is no longer a cap on rural movies and shows.
Them rural movie areas.
Yes, exactly. So southern, central, eastern Utah is going to be getting a lot of movies and shows coming back to them.
So is Yellowstone coming back too?
Sadly, no.
No, it's too late.
Yeah, but Kevin Costner has a new Western saga, a 5-part series that's going to be shot in central and southern Utah, written by Taylor Sheridan, who I think is the god of all screenplay. Taylor Sheridan. Have you ever seen like Hell or High Water or Wind River?
No, I don't think I have.
Megan has a homework assignment to watch Hell or High Water and or Wind River before next week. Well, there you go. Good news. I think Utah, I did a report in elementary about Little Hollywood, where John Wayne made almost all of his movies in Kanab, Utah. And so Utah forever has been known as this sweet spot for movies and shows, and it kind of dried up because of the tax thing. So it looks good news that they've fixed that somewhat for the rural areas.
I love it. So we got Westerns, we got Golden Girls. You see Jurassic Park in Utah, and we'll be set.
Yeah, bring them on.
Rural
bring
Utah.
the dinosaurs here. But we got. So I had on my movie radio show that I did for 6 years.
How many shows have you done?
Oh, I've done it all, baby.
Goodness.
Everything you can think of, I've been part of.
Learning so much.
I never told anybody no in my last career.
That's how I wound up here today.
That's right.
I don't do well with peer pressure.
I'm a bully. Yep. But yeah, I was told by a movie maker that Utah is great because we've got the international airport that has a direct flight pretty much from anywhere, and then 20 minutes to an hour away from that airport, you can be on Mars, you can be in the West, you can be on a beach, a sandy beach someplace. We have it all here for TVs and movies. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And now I'm out of hot water and HR for a day. Or maybe I'm back into it. I don't know.
I haven't decided yet.
Oh boy. Call my attorney. All right. For Ashley behind the scenes, no thanks to Jeff Miller, Josh Goldsmith, or George Roscoe. Just kidding. All the thanks in the world. But mostly to you, Megan. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I'm Austin Horton. That's it for episode 18. 19 coming your way next week. Until then, Utah by 5. Trust me.